housing market, Zach, in Canada, in the US. Inflation is out of control. Interest rates are out of control. Zach, what are we telling the young folks here who want to get into the housing market, want to buy their first place? What the heck are they to do? Is it better to buy now or before everything gets completely out of control or price is going to drop? Like, what are you hearing, Zach? What's going on in the money market from your perspective?
So, so there's a few things going on, right? First and foremost, obviously, because inflation's gone up so much over the last 2 years. Not going to get into why, but it has, and we're at the point where we need to reduce inflation. And the government's, first objective is always interest rate hikes. So, because interest rates are going up so much, the price of purchasing a house has cost a lot more, and then that's obviously just pricing housing down, which is great, especially in Toronto, desperately needed. That being said, now your monthly payment just skyrocketed as well. So the balancing effect doesn't really help people at the end of the day. I read a stat the other day, which, it's different for everybody, but and then what you buy, but the average Canadian needs to earn $220,000. The average household needs to earn $220,000 in order to afford a home in Toronto area, which
I
is
don't think that's
outrageous.
going on, Zach. I don't think the average household in Toronto makes 220 plus.
Listen, in Toronto, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of money, and just because of the area, everything, wages are jacked up. You charge a lot more here than what you could in other areas of the country. That being said, no. A lot of people. I also read a stat that 25% of all housing in either Toronto or Ontario that is owned by large real estate investors.
So what do you tell your clients? To get that housing, do they need to go get a second job? What's to do?
It's at the end of the day, it's all about balancing risk and reward and what you can afford and what you're willing to do. Obviously, they're building skies, towers that goes into the sky in condos because they're more affordable for most people. To start, maintenance fees can really kill a few people depending on where you live. And I mean that hypothetically and not literally, but it definitely can hurt you. And so what a lot of people are trying to do is balance, do I get a condo at this maintenance fee at this price, or, do I get a home? Do I get a freehold? Do I get a freehold townhouse? Do I get a freehold detached home? Do I get a condo townhouse? There's a good amount of options out there. But what I've been discussing with people now is if they can afford the mortgage payment and if they can qualify, right? Down payment in Canada, it's big, but it's not necessarily the end of the world because we do have high ratio mortgages, which for the majority of the younger population, it's actually a viable option. I wish that it didn't come to that, but they've given you the option. They're extending mortgage amortization periods. Obviously they extended it from 25 to 30 a couple of years ago. And now they're looking to extend it potentially even past 30 years, which is hard. People are going to be paying down their houses for the rest of their lives, but they'll own is the point, I guess, which is the worst of two evils at this point.
You mean like people that lease or finance their cars for 7-8 years?
Yeah, I know exactly. That would drive me bonkers. Thank God none of my clients do it. Yes. Especially because I wouldn't let them.
No, he would not.
No, but it's hard. It's inflation is really, and the interest rate hikes are really, really setting people back years in moving out. It's like a lot of politicians, oppositions on either side say, 31-year-olds living in their basement, which is the truth. And it's not even, what it used to be where people used to make fun of these people because a lot of people don't have a choice. What are you going to do? Not everybody can afford to rent either because we're in a rental market, which the average rent is no different than a mortgage payment. All you're
the
doing
rent
is
in major cities,
payment.
including Toronto, jumped 30% over the past year.
Massive. So it's not like everybody can afford to move out. And we have to find as many options as possible. In Toronto, most people are lucky because the appreciation of their of housing has also gone with mom and dad's appreciation of the house that they bought 30 years ago when it was affordable. So I've seen a lot of parents, and I've helped a lot of parents take out additional mortgages to help their children with down payments.
The bank of mom and dad is awesome.
It is. It's not for everyone. Not everybody can do it, but in Toronto, we're seeing a lot of that just because of the area we live in. But it's everything's relative, right? Like if you go 5 hours north of Toronto too, home doesn't cost $1 million either.